ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ॐ शन्नो मित्र शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मावतु तद्वक्तारम् अवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So we are coming to the end of this Valli, this chapter. So that's why a lot of things, and sometimes we kind of forget. Even I had to go back and look at few things because I'm also doing this in detail first time, this Upanishad. So, just like we saw in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Bhagavan has to repeat it so many times with different angles, right? That's what they're trying to do over here also. So, just to summarize it, what it is that they took us to this journey, how to reach that supreme reality. They took an approach of different koshas, different layers that is on the Atma. Starting from the innermost level was Anandamaya, which was our deep sleep, where bliss, because closest to Bhagavan. That's why there's bliss. Bliss comes from there. And then we saw Vijnanamaya, our Buddhi ki layer hai. Buddhi ke baad Manas, mind, the lower mind. And then Pranas, and then Annamaya Kosha, right? We saw that. So when we think of these koshas, we might think just individual level. Oh, I have these koshas. But these koshas are connected with the macrocosm also, not micro only. Macrocosm. It's coming from these elements only. There's a whole, we get, this is made of the food, right? Just like one example. It's recycled on the earth, our body, and it becomes fertilizer for another food, for another person and all that, right? So we have to see not only microcosm, but macrocosm also. Same way mind, I had discussed. On one hand, I feel my mind is just separate, but that power of mind is coming from that Bhagwan only. And at one level, we are all connected, So oneness is there. We have to be. It's all pervading and all that. So that's how we have to think. And when they were talking about transcending these koshas, it's like transcending the whole thing in the universe and going. So just individually you start, because it's easiest to see these koshas individually. But then if we go back to the verses, you will see that they did talk about the entire universe also together. Because if you just, when we were talking about Pranamaya Kosha, it said Pran, Apan, Vyan, Saman, Udan, sab kuch aaya tha. And then some of the pranas come from Vayu. Vayu is everywhere. So how has it become macrocosm also? And all sun's energy is everywhere and all that. Manomaya Kosha, they had mentioned that all the Vedas are part of Manomaya Kosha. Or Yajur, Sam, Atharva, and all that. Because Veda has all the knowledge. So they were talking about the entire knowledge also. Then Vijnanamaya, it had talked about Satyam, Rutam, Yoga. And then it said the foundation is that total intellect. Hiranyagarbha. That's where the entire Vijnanamaya Kosha. So whenever we say that we have some intelligence, where it's coming from that totality. And then Anandmaya, उसकी विज्ञानमय की जो प्रतिष्ठा थी और बेस था और जो उसका फाउंडेशन था, that was Brahman itself. So see how totality, so that's what I was trying to explain, where it became too much and all that, but that's where it is. So when he talks about that, in this verse he's literally saying that this person has understood that microcosm and macrocosm is the same. And the essence that we are made up of is the same. And they use some symbolic language here. They said the the essence of the sun and the man is the same. Man means human being or any kind of living being is the same. And the sun was symbolic of like center of universe. On one hand, somebody will argue that, hey, sun is not the center of universe. We have so many hundreds of galaxies, not hundreds, billions of galaxies, and in each galaxy billions of stars. But हमारे लिए तो sun ही है ना center, because सारे 9 planets तो sun के चारों ओर ही घूम रहे हैं. हमारी दुनिया में तो sun is very important. So the essence in sun and essence in me is the same. It's a symbolic language to say that, the center of universe and me is the same. So just another angle they are using that we have to see. I'm just trying to bring some points before we start reading so that we understand. And then the Nikhilanandji was saying about the koshas also, that the one who, like the realized master, he sees the oneness, right? So he literally sees his body as the entire universe's body only. That, for him, everybody becomes the same and he wants to help everybody. It's like, suppose if in my body there is a problem. Suppose one organ is not functioning properly, all the other organs compensate for it. And the best example is that, I'm doing something and by mistake my finger goes into my eye. I don't punish my finger. Hey, why did you hurt my eye? The same hand will go and massage the eye. Like Swamiji used to give this example. You see that? Oneness that you feel? That, hey, its eye is hurt by mistake. It doesn't mean that I have to punish the finger. The same finger will massage it. So, everything should be okay. That's how this realized saint look at the world. If somebody is misbehaving, उसको लगता है कि मेरा ही है ये, मेरा ही बच्चा है, इसको ठीक करना है मुझे. Like that, So that oneness, the idea over here about this oneness is that, and what other points are there? Yeah, he used the word that by this journey that they are talking about, एक संस्कृत का word है सर्वात्म भाव, means that oneness, सर्व आत्मा का एक ही भाव, सर्वात्म भाव. That's what the journey is taking us to. Because you see the whole world as your own self, and everything in these, I think I talked about the 5 koshas. Okay. Oh yeah, one very, very important thing he said. I thought I liked it a lot. So he said that the reason they are giving these 5 koshas and this way journey, because we have to start our spiritual journey from where we are. We cannot do ulta. We cannot say, oh, I'm going to understand Brahman and then I'm going to come down, because we'll never be able to do that. And he gave a brilliant example. See if we can kind of connect to this example. He said that it's like a math problem. हम लोग सबने algebra वगैरह लिया है, right? So इंडिया में I don't know, कोई books होती होंगी जिसमें वो लोग math का problem देते हैं और end में ना उसका answer दे देते हैं. X is, some answer key is there. Where X is equal to 7, Y is equal to 5 or something. If somebody wants to cheat, some student. So, teacher ने बोला ये वाला जाके solve करो. तो उसने solve वाल कुछ नहीं किया, उसने जाके बोला answer दे दिया. X equal to 5, Y equal to 7. Suppose, तो teacher ने बोला how did you arrive at that? Oh, I don't know. तो भाग जा. You're not going to get any points. First, tell me how you arrived at it. That's what it is, he said. That wherever you are, you have to solve the problem from there. What is my problem in my mind? What kind of dirt I have in my mind? I got to clean that first. That's why the different paths are given. Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga. I got to see the texture of my mind. I have to clean it, and then I have to start my journey. And once I reach that highest, everything will become clear. भगवान ने दुनिया क्यों बनाई, कैसे बनाई, वगैरह वगैरह. अभी हम पूछेंगे ना, हमको कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. Like he gave another example which was very nice one too. Examples are not always perfect, but it gives a point. That's why. He said that कोई जेल में पहुंच गया, समझो किसी ने कुछ खराब काम किया, जेल में पहुंच गया, अभी वो बंद गया, वो अभी जेल से कैसे बाहर निकलूं, right? He has to do some finish his punishment, और बोलते हैं ना कि कुछ अच्छा बिहेवियर करेगा तो उसको जल्दी निकाल देंगे वगैरह वगैरह. बट उसमें जो जेलर होता है ना, वो उसको कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है, वो इधर उधर आराम से जा सकता है. Oh, I want to become that jailer, that who has a complete freedom when he wants to come in, when he wants to go out. This fellow is not going to become a jailer until he solves his problem, why he's there. I thought he gave such a brilliant example. So we suddenly realize, oh, we are on this earth. Hey, why am I here? Find out what your problem is first. Find out, how to reach. Start your journey. You will make it there. And then you will have all the question answered. That's what these guys are trying to do. So he just said in spirituality, you always begin from where you are. Don't try to jump that gun over there. You won't be able to do it. It's like finding just the answer. Oh, I know God is in everything and everyone. I'm done. No, we are not done. I still have a problem. I got to figure out how to reach there by solving it. I think he gave a very nice example. That's how it is. That was a very important tip he gave, And then he just saying that basically what they are trying to do is whatever Bhagwan is talking about, that in Bhagavad Gita, that right now I see world as different, me as different, God as different. And when I start my journey, then I'll realize everything is one. That's what this verse is saying. We transcend all the koshas and, we get that final bliss because oneness is there. That's the whole idea. So that now it is simple, because last time I felt like we were all confused what they're trying to do. Any question or comment? These days you guys don't talk to me. You have taken the silence road. Okay. Who's want to read now? Urmilji, what would you like to read?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I will read. The reality in the core of man and the reality which is in the sun are one. He who knows this, on leaving from this world, first attains the Atman made of food, next the Atman made of prana, next attains the Atman made of mind, next attains Atman made of buddhi, and lastly attains the Atman made of bliss. Regarding this, there is the following Vedika verse.
Okay, 1 minute. So here the language is very confusing, but as we read Swamiji's commentary and all the other explanation we got, when they say leaving this world, it doesn't mean physically leaving this world or dying. It means transcending. So that they have a subtle meaning over here. And Swamiji is going to explain in detail Jivan Mukti, because some people believe that you can only get Mukti after you die, but that's not what our Vedanta believes. We say while living you can be Mukt also. That's one point. And then secondly, when we say that attains the world, the language is attain, but it means transcending it. So these are some things that keep in mind, that when you attain something, the reason they use this, we have to know what it is to transcend it. Without knowing, I don't even know what I'm transcending. It's like, hey, if I'm confused about the world, how can I drop the attachment to the world? First, I have to understand the world, right? That it is anitya and it's constantly changing. I have to know the nature of things, then I can transcend it. Same way over here. Attaining means understanding and transcending. So they just wanted to make those points. Okay.
And this state of desirelessness by which an individual comes to experience the greatest sense of fulfillment and bliss is not attainable merely through an accidental windfall of Ishvara Kripa or through any hard-earned wealth of Guru's grace. Neither the number of years that one has remained in the jungle, nor the amount of sacrifice one has made, nor the number of pilgrimages one has undertaken, or even the number of yagnas one has performed. None of these has any direct bearing upon this perfect state of desirelessness and its achievement.
So there are verses which tell you, and we have that whole Vedic Arti that मीना जी एंड सुशील जी विलो न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन ना, उसका भी मीनिंग यही है कि टू रीच दैट स्टेट you have to have like a literally like a divya drishti bol do, या understanding, comprehension power, hey, who's God and all that, because all the other things they have some value. It's not like it, when we take a pilgrimage this that, but खाली उससे नहीं मिलने वाला है. That's what he's trying to say. कितने भी तुम तीर्थ यात्रा कर लो, अगर तुम्हारा मन से तुम नहीं समझोगे तो कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला तुमको. So that just inspires us to become purer. But until you follow this path that they are talking about, this is one of the paths, there are many, then we have to follow systematically for a reason. Then only we will get it.
So, Umaji, I mean, it's just like since we can't see God, that's why all these examples, all these shlokas, I mean, because it's, just not visible. So you have to imagine so much.
True. Okay. So this is what it is. Like, I'm going back to the Bhagavad Gita because then we'll have a little more clarity. Like, the reason Bhagwan told Arjuna that, hey, अर्जुन को क्या हुआ कि इन द बिगनिंग ही सेड कि मेरे को फाइट नहीं करना है ये वो, फिर भगवान ने ज्ञान मार्ग बताया तो वो बोला अरे ये तो बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है, मैं भी जाके मेडिटेट करके ज्ञान ले लेता हूँ. तो भगवान ने बोला नहीं, यू आर नॉट रेडी फॉर इट. तुमको ना कर्म योगा पहले करना पड़ेगा. सो कर्म योगा से क्या होता है, माइंड प्योर हो जाता है. बिकॉज ये वाला जो नॉलेज है ना, वो ऐसे वर्ल्डली नॉलेज नहीं है कि ऐसे मिल जाएगा, रात को पढ़ो 10 घंटा बाय हार्ट करके. नो, दिस इज मोर अ सटल नॉलेज. यू हैव टू हैव अ प्योर माइंड. अगर थोड़ा माइंड में प्योरिटी नहीं होएगी ना, आप भगवत गीता को खोलोगे भी नहीं. So that's why. So all these other things that they basically is making our mind pure. हमारे में जो षट विकार बोलते हैं वो लोग, काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मोह, मद, मात्सर्य, सब में होता है ना, थोड़ा सबका प्रोपोर्शन अलग है. और वो सब कम करने के लिए वंस वो सब निकल जाएगा तो रियलिटी समझ में आएगी. नहीं तो हम लोग को भगवान क्या है ये समझ में नहीं आएगा. उसके लिए प्योरिटी चाहिए. दैट्स द होल आइडिया. So this extreme desirelessness that they are talking about, when will I know? Hey, when I realize that, hey, in this world, it's a changing world, I will never be able to be happy. In fact, Bhagwan, there is a shlok that हर एक सुख के पीछे ना दुख बैठा हुआ है. कोई चीज कितनी भी अच्छी क्यों ना हो, in the end it's going to take you to a dukh only. Because that's how the dukkhale this world is. But it doesn't mean there is a hopeless situation, because you have that fountain of joy within you. If you connect to it, no matter what happens outside, you can still be happy. So that's what we are trying to reach at, So there is no straight answer to your question, but that's why I told you all different things, that you purify your mind, you will understand who God is. What were you saying, Meena ji?
And everyday example is like, I can move my finger, I can talk, I can understand who is doing behind it. If you can just register that the Lord is behind, that is the consciousness that's doing it. So every time even a sad situation arises, think of that. How did I become sad? And that comes in. So every time it reduces your sadness, your sorrows, your everything, because you're still sort of connecting. So you don't have to imagine. It is right there with you. I feel like it's there. I don't have to imagine where he is, because he's there, he's in me. Because like you're talking because of that. I'm listening because of that. I can move my finger because of that. So if I can just do, not all the time, but whenever, that just helps. I feel like it helps to reduce some of that question or imagination of, wondering of who is he? here. It's in me. It's in you. And I mean, I felt like that's becoming closer this way. I mean,
Those who don't believe in God, I mean, जो नास्तिक हैं, so how do they pacify themselves?
I
Or
mean,
how
you
do
know,
they-
it's basically this is what it is. अगर कोई सुनने को तैयार होगा तो बोलो कि ठीक है, तुम नहीं मानते हो भगवान को, मत मानो, कौन बोल रहा है तुमको, लेकिन तुम अपने आप को मानते हो कि नहीं, तुम अपने आप को मानते हो, तो बोलेगा हाँ, तुम कहाँ से आए हो. He might give some, biological, mother, father का, sperm and egg got together and all. तो sperm कहाँ से आया? Egg कहाँ से आया? If you start doing little bit of inquiry, like my husband was showing me one slide which said कि one little cell, how much information it has. Like जो भी scientific लोग हैं यहाँ पे 1000 books लिख सकते हैं उसके ऊपर. एक सेल जो दिखाई नहीं देती आँख से. इमेजिन उसको तुम देखोगे तो भगवान याद आने लगेगा कि भाई ह्यूमन तो नहीं कर सकता ये. एक सीड जो हम लोग ऐसे फेंक देते हैं ट्रैश में, इट कैन क्रिएट अ होल ट्री, राइट? एंड दिस हैज बीन कमिंग. द सीड तो नहीं बनाया इन लोगों ने, कहाँ से आया वो? थोड़ा सा इंक्वायरी करेंगे तो वो नास्तिक से वो सुनने को तैयार नहीं, तो कोई क्या बोलेगा? So that's what it is. A little bit तो सोचने के लिए भी थोड़ा दिमाग ठंडा होना चाहिए, right? नहीं तो अगर हम दुनिया की ही प्रॉब्लम में ही वो ये आदमी खराब है, दुनिया खराब है, ऐसे सोचते जाएंगे तो टाइम ही नहीं मिलेगा सोचने के लिए. That's what it is. That नास्तिक लोग, एक्चुअली स्वामी जी क्या बोलते थे कि नास्तिक लोग सबसे ज़्यादा आस्तिक बन सकते हैं, बिकॉज वो लोग ना थोड़ा डाउट करते हैं, बिकॉज उसको कोई डायरेक्शन देने वाला नहीं है उनको. तो हमारे चिन्मया मिशन में ना, जब स्वामी जी ने शुरू किया मिशन, तो सारे ये साइंटिस्ट, डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर्स यही आते हैं वहाँ पे, बिकॉज उनको इतना कनेक्शन होता है, बिकॉज ही टॉक्स सो मच साइंस. वेदांता इज प्योर साइंस. आई फाइंड it is not against any science which is out there. You can easily kind of explain everything. But किसी को सुन, तभी भगवान ने बोला ना, सुनो मेरी बात, बिकॉज सुनने से तुमको अकल आएगी. लेकिन कोई सुनने को तैयार नहीं है. सो जो बहुत ज़्यादा नास्तिक होते हैं उनको बोलो ठीक है भाई, you just believe in what it is. A personal journey. We can't worry about the world. You be very happy that you connect and you want to inquire. One day, जैसे our teacher used to say, जब दुनिया के में you fall down and ego बार बार hurt होता है हमारा, गिरते जाओ, फिर एक दिन भगवान याद आता है. फिर जब हमारी हर कोशिश नाकाम हो जाती है, जब I can do this, I can do that, and when nothing works, then you start remembering. So maybe these people who have nothing, they have so happy. Like it happened with Buddha, those 4 things bothered Buddha, and when he was walking outside, he said, hey, what is this death? What is this life? What is this, birth and all that? And these people, some monks were going and they looked so happy, they had nothing. And here he was sitting in a big, huge palace with the best, most beautiful woman. He had a son, he had all the wealth, and still he was feeling so restless, So that's how his journey began. That I want to get what these guys have, So that kind of inquiry has to come in us, and then maybe we will go.
Umaji, also self-realized souls, they are the only ones who can experience God.
They have experiences fully. We get the glimpse of it, right?
Yes.
So that's why whenever we get the glimpse, we get so happy. And even this inquiry is a glimpse only. When you start inquiring scientifically, where these things are coming from, like किसी ने बोला कि वो पर्वत कैसे उठा लिया भगवान ने, नास्तिक लोगों ने, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. तो किसी ने बोला धरती को देख लो, टंगी हुई है उधर स्पेस में. उसमें वो कुछ forces हैं. And like, I don't know if I love to watch these weird shows. My older son, he's into it, all that. He will always, sometime we'll watch together. There is one show called Unexplainable. Anybody has seen that? Unexplainable. William Shatner ने उसको सीरीज बनाई है. I think it is on 2-3 चीज़ों में है वो, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, Netflix पे भी होगा और Hulu पे है, if somebody has Hulu and all that, huh? उसमें एक आदमी है, अमेरिका में भी ऐसी ऐसी चीज़ें हैं, यू विल माइंड बॉगलिंग हो जाएगा एकदम, ओके. एंड देयर इज सम प्लेस इन फ्लोरिडा दैट दिस मैन, he studied the pyramids. My husband and I have been to the pyramids. I've seen it. It's like a shocking, absolutely. 6000 साल पहले कहते बड़े बड़े स्टोन. No scientist know कि कैसे लेके आए क्या. उसने कुछ study किया, and they believe that he found the secret of how to move the big stones. So single-handedly, he would not let anybody look what he was doing. And he moved this big stone, and he made some kind of a, like say, museum जैसा उसने बना दिया big stone का. अभी भी है वो. I don't know why they don't publicize it. And उसका नाम भी है, I think Homestead. I will send it if somebody is interested, and you can Google it and see it. People go and look at it, and till today nobody knows how he did not use any heavy equipment. He used some, they believe that he created some magnetic force. I don't even know how to explain it, because if you have to see that show to know, he created some magnet, and single-handedly उसने इतने बड़े बड़े stone, like tons and tons के stone move करके कुछ structure बना दिया. And फिर he died. So nobody knows उसका secret क्या. आज के ज़माने में भी ऐसा किया है उन्होंने. So when you talk about these forces and all that, if somebody becomes tuned to those forces, they can do some things that we might think is impossible, but they do it, you know. So it's possible.
Shireenji, you were going to say something.
When you were talking, I think it's the most important thing is the ego. If we forget about ourselves, then we will be able to blend with nature, and things then follow.
Yeah,
I
very
feel
nice.
if you think too much about yourself, your individuality, then it's not going to happen. That's how I feel,
No, very true. All of you have very good tips, and these are different things that help us, the way you're explaining. Yeah.
And also about the cells, Uma, you were talking about cells, and I was watching one spiritual program. They said one cell is like a universe. So we have lots of universes in our cell. So we have to just tap into the energy. But it's difficult, you have to be very, very pure,
Right. But intellectually also we can try to grasp a little bit of it, and we are at awe that जिसने भी बनाई है दुनिया, वो कितना sophistication है उसमें. I mean, some
perfection.
Yeah, perfection is there, and so much with like millions of years, it is still continuing. So
The only method by which one can establish oneself in this state of transcendental perfection is by experiencing for oneself this oneness with the entire universe. On realizing the spiritual center within ourselves, we come to experience immediately that the spiritual center everywhere in all things and beings is one and the same. There are no two realities, such as one within us and one without us. The divine absolute is one and the same within our bosom, as well as everywhere in the cosmos. This idea is nowhere so beautifully brought out as it has been done here, when the Rishi says that the essence in us is the essence in the sun. But unless we are initiated into the secret of its suggestions, we are apt to misunderstand this statement as a philosophical exaggeration which has no real pith in it.
So we saw, and we have seen so many examples. It's like ocean and the waves. The reality of the ocean, wave is same reality as ocean. It's H2O. But agar ye koi initiation into this means, first we have to understand a little bit of this Vedantic concept, right? उसका meaning क्या है? उसके बिना समझ में नहीं आएगा. एकदम से किसी को बोलो, the core of the sun and the core of in you is the same, तो बोलेगा क्या पागल है क्या? वहाँ पर तो उसका temperature is 1 million degrees, and how can sun and me be the same? It'll go in totally different angle, right? That's not what they're talking about. They are talking about that absolute, at the most basic level, we are all the same. Like Shireen was saying, that when we talk about universe, there is a universe in each cell, or each atom rather. The same principles are there, right? Those things are going around each other. Just like the stars are going around each other, same way. So the essence is the same. And then if you look at everything in the world, some people will say, hey, how the world is constantly moving. There are so many unmoving things here. I put a stone here, it's unmoving. And the scientists will say, no, it's moving. All the atoms in there are constantly moving. So, दृष्टि होनी चाहिए. देख, वो बोल रहे दृष्टि पैदा करो पहले. Then you will understand it. इसको ही दिव्य दृष्टि बोला गया है.
Each one of us is certainly the center of our own individual world of experience. The sun, we all know, is the center of the entire cosmos. Therefore, to say that the spiritual center in us is the spiritual center in the sun is to express the oneness of the spiritual truth everywhere in its absolute divine nature. To rediscover the truth of Advaita within ourselves as our real nature is to reach the peak of evolution, the goal of our life. When we end all our futile ramblings along the bylanes of our desires and our swinging between the worlds of the dead and the living comes to a halt.
So Swamiji is just using he uses very hi-fi language. Basically, he's trying to say the essence, if we realize that we are the same. And then here they use the sun as a symbolic thing. And there is a saying by Swami Chinmayanand that it's kind of very profound saying. See if you can connect to it. He's saying God has center everywhere and circumference nowhere. Center is everywhere, circumference is infinite. So like circle का एक definite circumference होता है ना, कोई circumference नहीं है, it's infinite. But center is everywhere because it's the same thing. That's what they are trying to say. So these are the things contemplative. Yeah, Shireen?
Yes, it's like, what I understand from it, he has just given one example of the sun. But we also have water in us. So we connect with all the elements.
Yeah, you can say that too. And
it's given one example, but actually applied to all.
Sun is a very dramatic example. That's why they give. Sometimes
it's
a
saying,
yeah.
He is given just a dramatic one, but it is all. We have to know that we are part of it, and that's what it is.
We are not like a human being is not an island by itself, like they say in English. We are connected to all each other. We're not isolated.
Yeah, they are doing studies now that everything is holographic and how much of each one is each particle is separate from itself. Whatever is the distance, we're all connected. So even scientifically now they're proving it in quantum physics and all that.
Yeah,
otherwise we wouldn't have this telepathy.
Yes, absolutely. So our minds are connected.
We are telepathy. We are connected, definitely.
Agreed. Yeah.
But depends how pure you are and how. So many times I've thought of somebody, they call me. So many. Why does it happen like that?
Yeah, and there are people in today's world who can sit here and they can see what is happening, 1,000 miles away. If you think I'm just bluffing, go look at. It's called remote viewing. They have the ability to see because we are connected. Oh, you have
that ability.
I was watching one program in which there's a Guruma, and she had left everything, and then all of a sudden she had no money, nothing. One of the guys, maybe a Swami, he donated land to her, and he had not even seen her.
Oh.
So these things do happen.
See a lot of these life stories. When you surrender completely to the universe, then they give you back.
Yep, true. That's what I said. She was talking about the ego. And remember that program I was talking about, Unexplainable? So there are like maybe 50, 100 episodes. So एक episode में they were talking about ability of animals, which are like very unique ability. In the history, it has happened in America that there was one cat. So this person moved from literally say from the middle of क्या बोलते हैं, America to say California. They moved and they couldn't take the cat. In those days they couldn't, so they left the cat with some friends. It's a 4,000-5,000 miles, whatever it was. I don't know exactly. Maybe not 4-5, sorry. Maybe 2,000 miles away and all that. So then they inquire about the cat, and the person said, "वो cat तो भाग गई." She's not there. So they said, "Oh, they lost the cat." After a few months, the cat ended up at their door. And they said, the scientists are totally baffled. They said कि क्या वो scent भी कैसे होएगा? I mean, if somebody is going some fast in some kind of a vehicle and all that, you can't leave the scent. They think that it had a psychic ability. That some kind of psychic ability happened to that cat. And I'm not making it up. They have in history. In fact, वो particular town में ना उन्होंने cat का वो एक मूर्ति बना के रखी हुई है उसकी. But I mean, there are so many mystical things. हम लोग सोचते हैं इंडिया में ही होती है mystical things. No, America में भी होती है mystical thing. And the other, I have to say this because it blew my mind कि अमेरिका में सबके नाम वगैरह हैं. You can go to that town, you can see everything, you can hear the story. It seems that there was कोई चर्च बना रहे थे लोग, हाँ, तो उसमें उनको स्टेयरकेस बनाना था और कुछ जम नहीं रहा था, सम आर्किटेक्चरली कुछ नहीं हो रहा था. तो they were trying to find an architect, उनको मिल नहीं रहा था ये वो. And this man, he walks up to them, some old type of man. And he said, "I'm a carpenter and I will make this staircase." So they said, "Okay, कोई मिल नहीं रहा था, इसको करने दो, अपने को क्या है चर्च में तो सभी को लोग कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं." तो बोला एक ही शर्त है, मेरे को अकेला छोड़ दो. Don't come and bug me and मैं तुम्हारा staircase तैयार कर दूंगा. So it seems that वो उसने दरवाज़ा वगैरह बंद करके वो staircase पे काम करता था. 3 महीने तक उसने काम किया और इतना सुंदर staircase उसने बना के दिया अकेले. So then they were like, "Oh wow," and they said that people would go on the staircase, उनका मन शांत हो जाता था ये वो. All this is there, I'm not making it up, in America. And I'll ask my son to give the name कि कौन से city में कौन सा church है, क्या नाम है उसका. So उन्होंने फिर है ना inquire करना शुरू किया ये wood कहाँ से आया. तो they said कि वो town में ना एक ही lumber place था. तो वहाँ गए, बोले this man came and buy lumber from you. He said, "No, he didn't buy lumber from us." And then when they analyzed it, they cannot find that tree anywhere, that particular type. So they resigned. They said, some divine grace has happened. जैसे हमारी स्टोरीज में है ना कि भगवान ने बोला कि ये इंद्रप्रस्थ बना दो, वो आके उसने मय दानव ने बना दिया तो हम लोग बोलते ऐसी है, नहीं हो सकता. सम नास्तिक विल से ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है. अभी देखो इस युग में उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन निकाल के दिखाओ कि उसने कैसे बनाया. तो नाउ द स्टेयरकेस हैज बिकम लाइक अ सिंबल ऑफ लाइक डिविनिटी. वो चाहे वो लोग क्रॉस को देखे या नहीं देखे, वो स्टेयरकेस को देखने के लिए आते हैं वहाँ पे. That's how it is. So means so much mysticism happens because we are all connected. So downloading can happen. If God really wants to get something done from you, He will download that information on us, and we will do it. That's how it, because we are connected.
The cat was emotionally attached to this.
Yes, but we cannot find.
There was something going on between them.
Yes, that's like what they are saying.
Like telepathy.
Telepathy was going on, and the cat. The explanation they had that when the cat was walking, it kind of kept showing him where to go because of that telepathy. Something weird, I don't know how to explain it. Some divine intervention, that happened.
When you, and I can tell from personal experience, when you are skeptical, you see a lot of miracles to make you a believer. And
that happened to you.
The start of that.
Yeah.
And so when you see so many, then you start to believe.
Right.
It's not that unusual,
Yeah. So maybe
like
that's...
Ganesh will drink milk from you.
Ganesha was drinking milk. Remember it came and Ganesha was drinking milk and it happened. I think, Joe, you experienced it, you said, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it. I mean, there was a long line and I took a big spoon and I kept it away from the spoon. And I hear a shoe sound and it disappeared.
Unbelievable. I don't know.
And then I called Tej Agarwal because he got the statue from Jaipur or somewhere. And I said, is there a capillary tube there which is sucking the milk? And he said, no, there's nothing. It's just a statue. And so it happens. And actually then after I saw many miracles, then I asked Shirdi Sai Baba, okay, why these miracles? And then I got the answer, it is to make you a believer.
Yeah.
That is the main reason.
I mean, that's a
And
famous...
once you get that belief, then you cannot change, no matter how many people say, oh, you're cuckoo or whatever, and that's the way you live. So I was not allowed to talk in any party for many years about anything that happened because my wife said they're going to make fun of you when you're done.
That's why Joe joined our class. We were only 2-3. Sneha is here. Sneha was there, and me and one other, Manju Sikri, and Joe. I said, don't worry, Joe. You can tell anything to us. We will be so happy to hear it. we believe you 100%. We have no doubt. That's how it was interesting. Yeah. Okay, we can read one more paragraph, and then you can call it.
Just as on reaching the evolution of man, our world is no more riddled with the desires of the fishes or of the birds or of the ape man or of the barbarian, but we entertain only our own desires, and to that extent we can say that we have released ourselves from those desires. So too, on culminating our evolutionary pilgrimage and re-entering into our essential nature of Godhood, we get ourselves naturally released from all other worldly desires for the acquisition or enjoyment of the sensuous objects, which in fact can give but some temporary satisfaction for certain nervous itchings.
So he's just telling you, on one hand, you say, how can I become desirelessness? But we have to understand what exactly they are trying to say. All they are trying to say, these worldly things are not going to give you happiness and satisfaction. Even if temporary joy milta hai, uske piche dukh hi bhara hua hai. So that's what they are trying to say. And then how will I get? So they are telling you that, do you have a desire to become some kind of an animal again? We don't. We are scared of it. Right? We बोले इतने पाप मत करना कि हम devolution हो जाए हमारा, right? Because हमको कोई desire ही नहीं है कि हम जाके fish की तरह ocean में swim करें or anything like that. We want to be from human, we want to evolve. And even from at our age, we don't have the same desire like we had when we were 20-year-old. I can guarantee you none of us want to go to any mall right now. उसके नाम से हेडेक होता है कि because we don't have any desire for that. But at that time, सब काम छोड़ के भागते थे हम लोग, right? So even in the world, we that happens. So here is telling you that ultimate desire, desirelessness, you will enjoy everything, but you will not be attached to it. That's what they're trying to say in this paragraph. So we'll stop here. Any other? Today's class was very interesting. A lot of people shared a lot of interesting things. Any other last minute question, comment? Interesting thing.
Are we meeting next week?
So next week is okay. I wanted to ask you because I know that it's a Thanksgiving and most of you don't want to meet. Then we can cancel more for 1 week. Because maybe family is coming and you just want a little break with them. So should we just skip the next week and come to after that? Chutti for Thanksgiving. Everybody can do their own reading, come up with some interesting stories. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll take 1 week break. We'll meet after that. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. Okay, have a great Thanksgiving and we'll see you the week after that.
You too.
Thank you.
And everybody else.
Thank you.